you ready to see your hair?
I hope so.
Okay, here we go. What do you think? Hi. Hello, my name is Andrew, and I'm with Matrix. And I was just wondering, can I ask you a few questions?
Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah, sure.
Awesome. What's your name?
My name's Miti.
Hi, Miti. I'm offering makeovers here on the street, and I was wondering, could you tell me a little bit about your hair today?
Sure. I have gray hair. I've been gray since I was 18, and I'm 31 now.
That's amazing. Are you open to maybe covering your hair in a makeover today?
Yes.
Yes, you see scared.
What the fuck is
This
that?
is going to be amazing on you. मैं तेरी शायरी शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तू आशिक है मैं तेरी आशिकी तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है ओ मेरे साजना तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तू आशिक है मैं तेरी आशिकी तेरी हर नज़्म तेरा हर गीत है यार मुझे तेरी हर नज़्म तेरा हर गीत है यार मुझे जब तक सांस चलेगी ना भूलूंगी मैं तुझे तेरे बिना जीना नहीं खा के कसम कहती हूँ तेरे बिना जीना नहीं खा के कसम कहती हूँ मैंने बिना देखे बिना जाने तुझे दिल दे दिया तू धड़कन है मैं तेरी जिंदगी तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है मेरे साजना तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तू आशिक है मैं तेरी आशिकी अपनी बेताबी का मैं कैसे तुझसे इजहार करूं अपनी बेताबी का मैं कैसे तुझसे इजहार करूं कैसे बतलाऊं तुझे जाने जाना कितना मैं प्यार करूं लब पे कोई नाम नहीं तेरे सिवा मेरे साजन लब पे कोई नाम नहीं तेरे सिवा मेरे साजन मेरे इस दिल पे तेरा ही नशा छा गया तू दीवाना मैं तेरी दीवानगी तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है ओ मेरे साजना तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी DJ. Subscribe to Free Music NCV.
Hi guys! It's been a while since I just kind of sat down and chatted with you guys, but I have posted multiple videos where I kind of just give you guys like tips and tricks that I've learned from being a girl, because you can't tell I'm a girl. So today we are doing that again, but this time I'm going to be giving you guys some life advice because I'm almost 32 years old and I just know so much. Anyways, this is things that I think every girl should know, because being a young girl is hard, okay? So I'm going to be telling you guys all of the things that I wish I knew when I was in middle school and high school. The first thing is that the way you talk to yourself matters. If you are constantly just talking bad about yourself or making jokes at your expense, like, you kind of start to get in that mindset of thinking that those things are true. And I know it sounds so cheesy, but like, positive self-talk makes a difference in your mindset and how you view yourself as a person. This next one I'm a firm believer in, okay? I know we have all experienced mean girls, and you still experience them throughout your whole life. I've heard women in their 50s saying mean things and acting like a mean girl, and just, it's like a joke, honestly. Like, it's so comical. But I truly believe that the more kind you are, the prettier you actually look. And it sounds crazy. The next thing is you teach people how they can treat you, okay? Let me break it down for you. If you allow people to just constantly be mean to you, talk down to you, and you don't really stand up for yourself or remove yourself from the situation, you're kind of enabling. You're allowing it to happen, and in return, those people think it's okay to treat you like that. Whether it's friends or adults in your life, you don't have to take being disrespected from people, because there are adults in your life that are going to be mean to you, and you can just walk away, or you can say, I would rather you not talk to me like that. I do that all the time. If somebody starts talking mean to me or raising their voice at me, I say, don't talk to me like that, or I'll walk away, because I don't like when people talk to me like that. And you don't have to be mean about it. You can be very kind, but you don't have to take it. This next talking point is something that I truly believe so wholeheartedly. That is, taking care of yourself is attractive. And I'm a firm believer that when you put the effort in to clean yourself, practicing good skincare, which is why I like to use this face wash by CeraVe. This is their Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser. This video is sponsored by CeraVe, and I'm very excited. This cleanser was developed with dermatologists. This cleanser has 3 essential ceramides and is a cream to foam formula that gently removes dirt, oil, and makeup. It's very hydrating and gentle on skin, which is super good for me because you guys know I'm an acne girly, so I have to be careful with which products I'm using. I also love that it's fragrance-free and non-comedogenic because I'm very picky about what goes on my face. There's this girl, Bethany Frankel, who has this toner test she does.
I think I have found my favorite cleanser. Pass the tone test. That means it's good. That means it's good.
Okay, we're trying that out. I have a cotton pad with toner, and we're just gonna wipe it all over my face. Whoa! It's clean. Clearly, this CeraVe face wash works very well. You guys should try it out for yourself. Let it go see. Thank you, CeraVe, for partnering with me on this video. Let's get back to some other tips I have for you guys. There are some friendships in your life that are only going to be there for a season. I would actually say that I've had more friends come and go in my life than I've had that just stay for an extremely long time. I have a very, very, very select few people that have been in my life since I was like 5. But other than those like 2 or 3 people, all of the other friends I've had, I'm not really friends with anymore. And that's okay, because they were very good to me during that time in my life. And I can appreciate the time that we had together, but I can also be sad about the fact that we're not friends anymore. But I've also learned that that's just kind of how it works. You're going to be friends for people for a couple of years, and you guys are going to kind of grow apart, and that's okay. You can still root for them on the sidelines. You guys probably will not always be as close as you are right now. Oh, this is a good one. I remember thinking about this in high school, but if a friend is gossiping to you, they are going to gossip about you when you're not around. Don't think that you're the special chosen one that doesn't get talked about when you're not around, because I promise you they are going to be talking about you the same way they talk about everyone else. I have been friends with girls that would talk about every single person we hung out with. And then I was like, oh, but not me. Like, surely they don't say those things about me. And then guess what? I found out later, all of the same things were being said about me. Because if they're okay with talking about these people, they're going to be okay with talking about you as well. So it's just a sign of their character and who they are as a person. Like, if they're constantly talking about people, they're going to be talking about you. And you just need to decide for yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm so sorry guys.
Constantly
I totally forgot that I had this on, guys. I'm
friends
actually
that
cooking right now, guys.
make jokes.
I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for the likes. I love you all.
तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तू आशिक है मैं तेरी आशिकी तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है मेरे साथ तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तू आशिक है मैं तेरी आशिकी
I'll be right back. Hi, Joyce. I love you guys. Thank you.
तेरी हर नज़म तेरा हर गीत है आज मुझे तेरी हर नज़म तेरा हर गीत है आज मुझे जब तक सांस चलेगी ना भूलूंगी मैं तुझे तेरे बिना जीना नहीं खा के कसम कहती हूँ तेरे बिना जीना नहीं खा के कसम कहती हूँ मैंने बिना देखे बिना जाने तुझे दिल दे दिया तू धड़कन है मैं तेरी जिंदगी तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है मेरे साथ तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तू आशिक है मैं तेरी आशिकी अपनी बेताबी का मैं कैसे तुझसे इज़हार करूं अपनी बेताबी का मैं कैसे तुझसे इज़हार करूं कैसे बतलाऊं तुझे जाने जाना कितना मैं प्यार करूं कोई नहीं तेरे सिवा मेरे साजन कोई नहीं तेरे सिवा मेरे साजन मेरे इस दिल पे तेरा ही नशा छा गया तू दीवाना मैं तेरी दीवानी तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है तुझे मिलने को दिल शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तू आशिक है मैं तेरी आशिकी
Saying yes can be hard with severe asthma, but you can say
Yes.
to fewer asthma attacks. Tezspire is an add-on maintenance treatment for people aged 12 and older with severe asthma or inadequately controlled chronic rhinosinusitis with nasal polyps. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Tezspire is proven to help prevent asthma attacks and relieve symptoms.
Big sure.
Yes. For those with nasal polyps, it's proven to help shrink polyps and reduce nasal congestion.
Yes, chef.
Serious allergic reactions like anaphylaxis may occur. Call your doctor or get emergency care if you have rash, hives, breathing problems, red, swollen, or itchy eyes, swelling of face, mouth, or tongue, fainting, dizziness, or lightheadedness. Talk to your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, if your asthma worsens, or before stopping other medicines. Avoid live vaccines. Sore throat, flu, and cold symptoms, upper respiratory infections, nosebleeds, injection site reactions, joint or back pain may occur. Say yes. Ask your doctor about Tezspire.
Tezspire.
Picture this. It's 1868. Japan just hit the reset button on history. For over 200 years, the country was basically in a self-imposed timeout, cut off from the rest of the world. Flashback to 1853. 4 American warships sailed into Edo Harbor. Their purpose? Convince Japan to trade with the U.S. Not willing to take no for an answer, 6 American warships returned 6 months later with gifts for the shogun, including a working quarter-scale model train. The Americans laid down 330 feet of circular track, unloaded the train, and filled it with coal. The train's black smoke and steam whistle thrilled the crowd of invited samurai. Some of these samurai understood how far Japan had fallen behind technologically. Others weren't so sure letting foreigners in was a good idea. The Japanese reluctantly signed the Treaty of Kanagawa. More treaties soon followed, granting foreign nations trade concessions and extraterritorial rights. New ideas flooded in. Japanese elites debated about the pace of change. Some believed Japanese culture would be overwhelmed by the blue-eyed barbarians. Another group believed that the only way to avoid being overwhelmed and colonized was to embrace change. Fighting ensued. The side looking to catch up won, beginning the Meiji Restoration. Emperor Mutsuhito, just 17 years old, took control from the shogun. Trains replaced horses. Business suits replaced kimonos. And, wait for it, baseball bats replaced swords. Yes, that baseball, America's pastime, became a big part of Japan's story of modernization. Japan's new government had a mission: make Japan rich and strong. To do it, they invited experts from the West to teach them about everything from science to democracy. But Japan did not want to become the West. They wanted to adopt Western techniques while preserving traditional Japanese culture and values, a term they called Wakon Yosai. Enter baseball, a game all about teamwork, discipline, sacrifice, and constant practice. Not only are these virtues hallmarks of democracy in factory work, they are also samurai values in sports form. Horace Wilson, an American teacher in Tokyo, thought his students needed more exercise. By playing baseball, his students built character, learned to work as a team, and developed their pitching arms and batter's eyes. Japan also started sending their own students abroad to study industrial technology, political systems, and team sports. One of them, Hiroshi Hiraoka, studied engineering in the US and became obsessed with baseball. When he returned home, he didn't just bring back railroad engineering know-how. He brought back merch: baseball bats, gloves, and balls. He was the country's first baseball fanatic, and he founded Shimbashi Athletic Club, Japan's first independent team. And then there was Masaoka Shiki, a poet who looked at baseball and thought, This is just modern Bushido. His essays used combat terminology to explain baseball's rules to Japanese audiences. The batting team became attackers, and the fielding team, defenders. This blending of samurai ethics with baseball fundamentals became known as Yakyu. It emphasized honor and loyalty to the team over individual performance. Shiki's ideas and the game caught on. Japan's higher-level schools, modeled on Western preparatory schools, fiercely contested the annual tournament to determine a national champion. One Tokyo school, Ichiko, dominated. Hoping to improve their game and disprove the stereotype that the little Japanese were culturally and physically unable to compete with six-footed Americans, Ichiko's players challenged an expat American team based in Yokohama. For 5 years, the Americans ignored their challenge. Finally, in spring 1896, the foreigners agreed to a game on their home field. On May 23rd, the Ichiko team, impeccably dressed in white collars and polished shoes, boarded the morning Yokohama-bound train, their baseball gear at their side. Western spectators jeered and howled when these student athletes dropped pop-ups or slipped on the wet field during warm-ups. But after the first pitch was thrown, the Japanese players regained their focus and humiliated the team, winning 29-4. The students returned home to bonsai cheers. They were national heroes. A rematch happened a week later. This time, the Yokohama team included sailors from 2 American ships. Ichiko won again, 32-9. One Japanese newspaper applauded the victory, while another delighted in reporting that Ichiko made the Americans look clumsy. English-language newspapers downplayed the Japanese victory, claiming that Yokohama's loss was caused by their players' inability to practice, as they had daily business to attend to. A third game was hosted by Ichiko. A team of sailors from the USS Detroit hoped to defend the USA's honor. Perhaps the noise of 10,000 rowdy Japanese fans and the presence of Japanese government officials and American diplomats unnerved them, as they lost 22-6. A final game occurred on July 4th, with the Ichiko 9 facing off against an all-star team, consisting of players from the Yokohama Athletic Club and the U.S. Navy, including a shortstop with professional experience. Having just finished their academic exams, the Japanese students were mentally and physically spent. The American team salvaged their reputation, winning 14-12 and demonstrating good sportsmanship by shaking the Japanese players' hands and giving them a hip hip hooray before leaving the field. Finally, Ichiko's players felt as if they were on equal footing with the Americans. And it seems as if Americans agreed. Japanese college teams toured the USA, and American college teams toured Japan. The two nations developed mutual respect for each other, especially after Japan surprised the world by defeating Russia in 1905 during the Russo-Japanese War, proving that it had modernized its military, government, and society, and established Japan as a great power on the world stage. In less than 50 years, what started out as foreign curiosity with no relevance to Japan became a national obsession. The Japanese saw something in baseball that they could use to transform their nation, using the sport as a tool of foreign and domestic policy, and a metaphor for the Meiji Restoration. The Japanese took America's game and remixed it with their own traditional Japanese customs and values. The sport's rules and emphasis on practice and teamwork helped develop great baseball players. Baseball's principles were equally useful on the factory floor, classroom, and battlefield. A 1905 song linked Japan's victory in the Russo-Japanese War to what Ichiko's players had accomplished on the baseball field. Ah, for the glory of our baseball club. Ah, for the glitter it has cast. Pray that our martial valor never turns submissive, and that our honor will always shine far across the Pacific.
तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी तू आशिक है मैं तेरी आशिकी तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है तुझे मिलने को दिल करता है मेरे साजा तू शायर है मैं तेरी शायरी
I'm back, guys. I'm sorry.
तू आशिक है मैं तेरी आशिकी
Thank you, Michael. I love you, man. Thank you.